Yeah.
All right, let's now cross over to Willis, the word master, coming all the way from Kisumu. Willis, I trust you're well and your week has been great and you've been keeping warm. Now, we've had so many different pronunciation in that word. I will not attempt to pronounce it, but I'll just hand over to you because you know your stuff. Willis.
Yes, Ashley, that is it. I just love the way you put it. You know your stuff. Just like, when you listen to or you watch Friday Briefing, you just say, Ashley and Jesse, it's about knowing your stuff so that you get tough. And sometimes I say also hot, the way it's required. Anyway, now this word is tricky. It's not a common word. In fact, it means under the skin because it's an adjective and you say subcutaneous, subcutaneous. 2 or 3 people came very close to getting it, but they said Q instead of Q. Instead of Q, they found themselves saying Q. So it's subcutaneous. But one which I loved, sometimes we have to laugh because we learn from mistakes, is where I had something like subcutaneous, subcutaneous. I thought it was going to be, something close to some disease, but whichever way, the word is subcutaneous. So you can talk of a subcutaneous injection, that is under the skin. Then we have our collections of the week, and the first word for tonight is this one. And as you look at this word, I know already you're starting to, or you've begun to pronounce it, maybe at home or wherever you are, but please, this word, which is an adjective, it means seeming exciting and unusual because it is from or connected with foreign countries. You say exotic, exotic, just like exotic plants. You say exotic plants. Don't say exotic. Exotic, no. Exotic. You can hear the voiced sounds in that pronunciation. And one thing that I have also to remind our viewers about is we say executive, executive, but you can also say executive. What we should avoid is executive. Executive, executive, no. You say executive or executive, just like consecutive or consecutive, not consecutive. Avoid consecutive, executive, no. Don't use those pronunciations, especially in careers of serious communication. Then we go to our next word. It's a term, and this is a noun, in fact. It means the scientific, that is the scientific study of blood and its diseases. Now, this one, many people say hematology. No. That A and E, they combine to form the long vowel sound E. You say he, hematology, hematology. And I've said it's that scientific study of blood and its diseases. Now, what you'll realize is sometimes you may find the spelling of this word being a bit different, where you may not have an A after H. That is now the American spelling, but you say hematology in pronunciation. Then our next word is common, but sometimes, the best that we do here locally is cellulose. Cellulose. Please, this word, in fact, it's a noun also, and it means a natural substance that forms the cells or the cell walls of all plants and trees. We can remember our biology, and please don't say cellulose. Cellulose, cellulose, no. You say liu. There is that glide liu. Cellulose, cellulose. So, just try it because practice makes perfect. We may be used to cellulose, cellulose, but try to say cellulose, because that is the accurate pronunciation of this word. Now, our next word is another one which is fairly common. It's commonly used locally, but please also beyond our continent. Sometimes people find themselves, having a problem pronouncing this word. Many people find themselves saying incumbent. Incumbent? No. Incumbent? No. You say incumbent. Incumbent. What you have to remember is this word can function as a noun and it can also function as an adjective. As a noun, it means a person who is holding an official position. Just like you can say, the incumbent is still expecting to win the next general election. The incumbent may be a member of parliament, maybe a member of county assembly. You say incumbent. Now, when it's an adjective, what it means is simply necessary. You must have heard somebody saying it is incumbent upon somebody to do something, incumbent upon you. So don't say incumbent, don't say it is incumbent, incumbent, no, incumbent. That letter U takes the short mid-central sound, incumbent. Now, the next one is tricky. It's a complex word, not common, but we have to get them right because we are having different target audiences because there are people who use this word. It may not be used in ordinary communication, but there are those who want to know how to pronounce this word, especially those who are studying or those who study criminology. Now, this word, can you try it at home? Can you try it wherever you are? Okay, you say recidivist, recidivist. A recidivist is a person who continues to commit crimes even after being punished. A person who always commits crimes even after he or she has been punished is called a recidivist. So-and-so is a recidivist. Don't say recidivist, say recidivist. So that is the way to go. The next one is common, and can you try? Can you try it? Just a second for you to try it. Well, if you said semi-arid, semi-arid, that one, just avoid it. Just say semi-arid, semi-arid, semi-arid. But if you love American English and other regional varieties, the first part, some people may find themselves saying semi. That one I don't want to argue over it because, languages sometimes are about inclinations. Which one do you use? Maybe as a personal or institutional choice. But please, if you are keen on standard English, I'm talking about the RP, received pronunciation. That means the standard form of British pronunciation based on educated speech. Please, in this case, simply say semi-arid. We also say semi-desert, you also say semi-final. But if somebody says semi, don't quarrel with that person, please, over that. Because that is that person's choice when it comes to regional. Some even feel it's a bit stylish or unique to say semi. But semi is used in RP, but don't say somebody cannot. Languages, we don't say it's wrong, like the arithmetic, a talk of 1 + 1 = 2. You don't say it's only 2 because certain words in English can be pronounced in more than one way. But regional varieties are also acceptable. That is where we talk about world English. Anyway, when we come to the next word, it's also tricky. This one, I know if I say people should try it, wherever they are, it will be a bit tricky. But this one in British pronunciation, you say ratiocination, ratiocination. And in fact, when it comes to American pronunciation, it is rationation, rationation. Now, you have to remember that this is a word that refers to that process of thinking or arguing about something in a logical way. Ratiocination or ratiocination, that is in American pronunciation. A bit tricky because it's more of a tongue twister, but you can make it. Nothing is impossible when you practice and you are ready to make a mistake, because I always tell people, not even Willis can be perfect. You may find somebody making a mistake. Don't say, oh, you are poor. No, nobody's poor we are all good at something, especially languages, only that there is that level at which you may be good or you may not be very good. But languages essentially are for communication. Now, this one I have to give our viewers to try. And I know somebody somewhere has said colonel. Colonel, I'm sure somebody has said that. Don't look at somebody who has said colonel. Please, we are learning. Just tell that person to say colonel. Colonel, this is a senior officer in the army. You say kernel. Some of the English words are not pronounced by following the letter sequences very closely because you'll make a mistake. If you follow them, you'll make a mistake. Now, that one is kernel. But what our eyes see is colonel. That one reminds me about one teacher who really loves KTN, that is Mind Your Language, called Polycarp Gogo of Ranen in Migori County. I shared with him one time when I met him somewhere, and he just told me, oh, you must be that man from KTN. And I told him, yes, it's about mind your language. But I reminded him, nobody is perfect. So Mwalimu, Gogo, Polycarp, and all those people who love KTN and good English, keep it up because it helps in communication. Now, we go straight to those who have sent in words throughout the week and some who sent them today and even in the just some few minutes ago. We have Bashe at Bashe of Embu. You say air. That H is silent. You say heir to the throne. Heir to the throne. Don't say hair. I'm talking about the word H-E-I-R. Many people find themselves saying hair, but that H is silent, just like in the word hour. Don't say hour. You say hour. Hour, not hour. And you also say heir to the throne. Bashe, I hope you've got that. Now we have Johnson Mayenga of Nakuru. You say anemone. Then your second word is apocryphal. That is apocryphal. The best way to put it is apocryphal with that stress on the second syllable. Apocryphal, then your last word is fatuous. Nancy Wafula of Kakamega, the verb is divine, to divine, but the noun form is divination. The verb, divine, noun, divination. Don't say divination, it's divination. Just like combine, combination, not combination. Invite, invitation, not invitation. Compile, compilation. Recite, recitation, not recitation, the way we always say locally. Now, Michael Kinyanjui of Nairobi, you say talk, that is T-O-R-Q-U-E, and your second word is toggle. Toggle, that is T-O-G-G-L-E. Anita Sunday of Lamu, or watu wa Lamu, habari zenu, wacha nitumie Kiswahili kidogo. Anita Sunday of Lamu. What you're telling me, you say tashwishi. Tashwishi, but this is a program or a segment which is on the pronunciation of English words. So Anita Sunday of Lamu and all those who are in Lamu, you say tashwishi. I know you thought I could say taswisi, but it's Willis talking to you about sounds. So you say tashwishi. Your second word is tripartite. Tripartite. And then your last word, Anita Sunday of Lamu, is bipartisan. Bipartisan. Dennis Eli of Nakuru, you say fate for F-E-T-E. Fate. Your second word, esophagus. Esophagus. Don't say oesophagus or oesophagus. You say esophagus, just like you say fetus, not foetus or foetus. You also say phoenix. That is P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix, not phoenix. Now, Molly Kasmol of Nairobi, keep it up. This is KTN, and if you love English that much, I just say keep it up. Then we have Ani Ann Ngwende of Kampala, Uganda. You are also welcome. Keep it KTN the way you are saying it yourself. Always, KTN gives you everything that you want. Keep it up. Vidija Dalizu, Mwalimu Vidija Dalizu of Eldoret, you say gratuity. Gratuity. And you also say gratuity. Gratuity. You can say gratuity or gratuity. But that your word, Mwalimu Vidija Dalizu, makes me also share something with our viewers, that is KTN TV viewers. You also say tuition. Tuition, and you have the alternative, tuition. Tuition or tuition. What we should avoid is tuition. Tuition, and some people even go to the extent of saying or find themselves saying tuition and tuition. Avoid those ones. Tuition, no. Tuition, no. You say tuition or tiwi, tuition. Gratuity or gratuity. Now we have Daniel Ochetet. You are giving me that name. You say Teresa. Teresa. Just like Theresa May, that is in England, Teresa. And you can also say Teresa. Teresa or Teresa for that name, which is T-E-R-E-S-A. You also have the alternative spelling or the variant spelling, that is T-H-E-R-E-S-A. So you've got me right, Daniel? Teresa or Teresa. But in Spanish, you can also hear of Teresa. Teresa, it's used in Spanish. Remember, Spanish is phonetic. That is, the words are pronounced the way they are spelled. Now we come to Edgar Felix Bongo of Arusha, Tanzania. You say an honorary degree. Don't say a honorary degree. That breath puff, that word, H is silent in it. Honorary, not honorary. So you have to use that indefinite article an. Don't say a honorary. A honorary, no. You say an honorary. Otherwise, it's that time that we go now to also those people I can see, just a final one. Jacob Zuma Otiende of Kisumu West. Karatasi, you say paper. That is P-A-P-E-R, paper. But pilipili, P-E-P-P-E-R, you say pepper. Paper, karatasi, pepper, pilipili. You have to get it right. And thank you for loving KTN that much. Now we go to the surprise word for tonight. And this one, just 2 letters, a 2-letter word. And many people always find themselves saying off, with that sound f, which is wrong. This word is pronounced the way I have transcribed it down here. You say of, made of. Don't say off. Letter F takes the voiced sound v in this word. Of, made of. The pronunciation, that is the pronunciation of that word, not off. So you say of, don't say off. I know many people have found themselves on the wrong foot on this. Of. Remember when you say off, I've just taken also that word, off. When you see O-F-F, you say off, not of, off. But the other one, with only one F or a single F, you say of. Then now, straight to confusing words. And for tonight, I have to remind you about the words that we sometimes use, but they don't exist in the English vocabulary. Just like the upper word. There is no word that has that K. When you say renowned artist, renowned musician, renowned lecturer, no, please don't say that. We don't have renowned. So this word does not exist. Don't use it anywhere, please. If you are writing in English, don't have this word R-E-K-N-O-W-N-E-D as an adjective. Please, it doesn't exist. The word that people mistake to be this one is the one below. That is renowned. A renowned artist. A renowned artist. Don't say renowned. And now with that kind of mistake, let us share something. When you're talking about a musician or any other person, like a footballer, maybe an actor, who is young, but showing signs of becoming very successful or famous in the near future, please and please don't describe that person or that kind of, that character or that person. Don't say upcoming, an upcoming footballer. An upcoming, please, it's common, but that is not the adjective to use. The right adjective is up and coming. An up and coming artist with UP hyphen AND hyphen COMING. Don't say an upcoming artist. Upcoming means expected soon, like an event which is expected, or people are on stage. Upcoming, an upcoming, a play and whatever. But please, as a person who is expected to be famous in the near future, use up and coming. Then finally, we have this word, or we have the words which confuse people. And as we wind up, we have juice, sluice, bruise, cruise. Don't say juice or juice. Don't say sluice or slews. Don't say bruise. Don't say cruise. You say juice, sluice, bruise, and cruise. And the very final part of it is the phonetic symbols. This one represents ear. The glide, ear. That vowel glide, ear. Just like in the word here, near, peer, and tier, when you're talking about layer like in a cake, tier. But nobody is perfect. Otherwise, that's about it from Kisumu for tonight. That was our lesson, and that is about RP, received pronunciation or good English pronunciation, if you like. It's that time that I take you back to Nairobi, and you can also interact with me on Twitter at WillisOchieng1, at WillisOchieng1. Now, back to the hot and tough Ashley Mazuri and Jesse Rogers in Nairobi. Keep it KTN.
All right, thank you very much, Willis, for that. Have a good night, be blessed, and be warm. See you next week, Willis. All right, Jesse, so Christmas is around the corner.
Your favorite holiday, let me guess.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Let me not even get started. Are you getting your present?
What are you getting me first?
I asked you first. What do you want? Dun, 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 dun.
I could think of so many things.
Name one.
And this is not the place,
Name
nor
one.
time.
Logic. Think.
A corruption-free country.
Oh, wow, really? I can't get you that,
I'm trying to
Jesse.
sound politically correct,
Okay.
you know? Yes.
But no, nothing?
We'll talk after on the
okay.
side, but yes.
Okay.
All right. That's how we wrap it up. I'll definitely get to know what Ashley wants for Christmas. And,
A list.
my name is Jesse Rogers.
I'm Ashley Mazuri. Our sign language interpreter is Mini Mbesa. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.
Good night.